Mr. Black, Operational Extras YouTube channel. I'm going to go through what I call a Partisan Pack. Just a really pretty cheap bag, actually. It's from the Gap, believe it or not, but it's based on a European alpine or a climber's sack or rucksack. It's real slim line. It's got some good buckles here. You can lash some longer stuff, axe, hatchet, bow drill kit, shelter poles, for your tent, whatever. It doesn't have anything down here to catch them though, so you can't set them in like a traditional pack. So anyways, that's the long shot of it right there. Okay, the top, I do a lot of this one-handed for obvious reasons. It's got a zipper here on the lid pocket, so anything in there is pretty secure. This is a really good pass-through locking buckle, and proving it's simple, I'm going to do it with one hand, the bad one at that, and that ain't going anywhere. It locks down, well, you know, kind of like a cam lock, I guess. So there's that. There's a pretty stout bungee cord in a decent color, and an actual metal barrel lock or a cord lock, which is pretty cool. Like that. Flip it over. A couple D-rings here, and another good buckle. So that's pretty much the outside. I'll dig in here, see what we got inside. Oh, the green tag is just usually when something's ready to take, I'll put a green tag on it. Red, obviously, not ready to go. So if I see that, I know there's pretty much everything I'll end up needing for the day or the week or the whatever. So that's what that is. Nothing big. Just a little reminder for myself. Okay, very carefully, I'm going to remove this, which is the one that I just cut my hand on. I was popping this thing back on and it fell off, and I didn't realize that the leather piece that usually keeps it snug, we've never had a problem with this before, but it fell off, and I went to just kind of lightly tap that snug and tapped my taunt hand skin onto this axe or hatchet, which is, I ain't even gonna mess with it. Well, pretty sharp. I just sharpened it and put my palm right up in there. So anyways, that's the deal with that. And this might be a little more awkward than most of my videos, or maybe just as, but it's usually the way I put it on. You don't even really need to ever touch the head of the axe. So again, let's turn into a demo of doing this with one hand, which I didn't intend, but anyways, it's usually in the pack. I don't have it outside of the pack too much. If I put it inside the pack, I will usually wrap it very well so this doesn't work its way off, which it can, and it's not the best, but it's just what I've been doing for a while, and I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool, and it needs to be tweaked, obviously, but enough of that. Okay, so again, kind of awkward. I'm holding the camera with one hand, my bad hand and going through the stuff for the other hand. So anyways, here's an old style, or an old model Scout. Pretty simple. Stamped, made in Japan, but oh well. That's pretty much it. And I like this thing. It's got a lot of mileage on it. It's probably one of my first billy can teapot rigs. Still use it every once in a while, but little pouring spout. And it pours pretty good. No problem with that at all. This is what I kind of store inside, and plus I'll pack some snacks and stuff maybe around there, or something that I might need, because this is usually on the top. If I stop for a brew, trailside or whatever, it's usually on the top, so I can get to it quick. Anyways, I'll try to get these open, and then that's going to be tough with one hand, I think. Anyways, hang on a second. Okay, here's my my little char cloth tin. That's what I use to make char cloth. Obviously need to make some more. I use cotton gauze usually, so you can get that spark right on the end, and then actually have a pretty decent coal to carry. Anyways, I need to make some more. Pretty simple setup. Everybody's familiar with that, so I won't go on and on. European mint tin, or gum, or candy, I can't remember. Here's basically a saddle soap container. I've had this for quite a few years, and it's just a tin for, it's a tinder box is what it is. So in here I have just scraped 90 degrees on a rhino horn size. It's a big horn looking horn of pitch, so scrape 90-degree angle, collect that stuff up, and keep a good supply. There's Maya dust. There's all kinds of different names for it. Pitch scrapings, whatever. This is a production kit. I think some scouts put these together. I'm not sure, but it's the fire iron, steel striker, flint, oakum, raw cotton, charred cotton, charring tin, and instructions. So here's the charring tin, which I haven't used because I use my older stuff. Raw cotton, oakum's in there, raw material. I use that for other stuff too. You can make little strings, little bits of cordage, direction set, and all that stuff. This was a gift, a chow box giveaway from a guy I met down the trail, and anyways, that's that. I figure from here I'll just kind of dig stuff out and either explain, or it'll be self-explanatory what it is and what people use it for. The bag, again, was just kind of, I helped out with some training, and basically kind of lived out of this pack, and it's all improvised type gear. Try to keep it as raw as possible. But anyways, here's a hardwood hand socket. Obviously it was working on, never finished it, or a bearing block, and a leather belt. That's also my strop for my knives, and just carry that if I want to put a certain belt knife or machete. This is just leather scraps. Keep them in there mainly just to keep them from getting moldy or nasty. No big deal there. What's left is some snare wire. This stuff's a little thick, but I don't know exact size and or origin. It's probably hobbycraft store type stuff. This isn't like the actual snare wire that we used a lot of. Anyways, there's what's left of that. I need to sort that. Here's my my Sir Edmund Hillary goggles. which are just almost too dark to even wear on a normal day, but they are great above the tree line, that's for sure. So a good set of sunglasses, and they make you look like a mastermind. Anyways, this is another gift. It was a broken knife. Actually, the tip was broke off. It's a Schrade USA 130T. I have no idea what really that's all about, but beefy rubber handle. It had a gut hook, which, anyways, it had a gut hook. It was broken, and I just kind of ground it and filed it down with the puck, and that's what I got there. And didn't use it too much, but it was a gift, and I remember the sheath had actually blown out or was cut out, so I just re-sewed it with 550 intercore, and that's pretty much that. The next bag of goodness looks like a mix of stuff. I might have to go through this pretty quick. In here I have definitely a means of collecting water in this kit, but this is just a personal use emergency drinking filter, and that is just a remnant from the last trip, I guess. Some Whorehound candy, semi-medicinal, and just the traditional hard candy energy source. Anyways, there's that. This is there's a lot of these on the internet and stuff, but here's my take on it. I used to just use my little pot holders to put this on and take it off the fire, but I ended up with some of these display hooks. These go into like a peg hole board, and you could probably buy them. Anyways, put a couple holes in with a knife, and this actually works pretty good. 1, 2, and it's locked off. It ain't going anywhere. Anyways, it's a pretty good little handle modification for these little non-stick bunt or bread pans or whatever they're called. That used to be just a little survival kit container, and then a lot of people put them in like M16 mag pouches, like Vietnam era, and they fit perfectly in there. Anyways, I might just do videos on this little guy and how I used to load it, but there's that. Some MRE moist towelettes. Here's kind of a Mickey Mouse fire kit. It's just a tuna can, some of those Coghlan fire sticks I just cut down, some more pitch scrapings, and it looks like a dental thingy, and some popsicle sticks that just came, I think, with I don't know, candied apple kit, and they were wrapped in plastic, so I just said, well, those will burn, so I saved them. And you can probably tell by this kit that I do that a lot. MRE moist towelettes, for example. Anyways, here's the top of an old Lakey pole that someone lost off the side of the trail, and I made a hand socket for bow drill out of that, and it works excellent. That's spun a lot of coals right there. So, fire kit. I'm going to try to get this back to readiness. Here's just a two-sided puck, rough, smooth, little spit. Start scraping. This looks like, this is just raw pine sap. I don't know exactly how many kinds of pitch are in there, but it's just raw raw material for making glue, dental fillings, temporary, or ones that'll last 6 years depending on how lucky you are. That's another story. Yeah. So there's that. That's double bagged, and for that reason, I have no clue why I double bag pitch, because it's usually pretty water resistant. Anyways, here's a triangular bandage, some potable aqua, purification tablets, wound dressing, some pretty standard I don't know, Kleenex, I guess, just some handy stuff in there, a pair of tweezers, a small set of folding scissors. That's that. This is a match safe. I just have a little extra supply of char cloth in there. No big deal. For some reason, most of the little tiny ferro rods or flints on all my cases have disappeared. And it's a minimal, very minimal knapping kit here. I got a piece of copper ground rod, little file handle with a piece of copper wire. I think 11 or 12, or I don't know. It's been a long time, but 10 or 11 Romex. No big deal there either. Just a little tool to knap. And then my brader stone, which is a broken piece of tile layers, a brader stone. Anyways, these work real good for other things too, roughing out scraps of metal to make arrowheads and stuff. You can find a lot of uses with this in carving too. Just use it as a sanding block. This is where I would make bone needles, and also the edges of points or knives that I'm making. I'll put them in there, but that's it. Basic knapping kit. Here's a pitch lamp, or a sap candle, whatever you want to call it. Just found a great rock, and had a nice bubble in it, just a limestone rock. Filled it with a little pitch, made the quick little wicking piece, and lit it. And I use that a lot, and I'll just add a little pitch as needed for sap. And then I can also use that for glue and all sorts of other stuff.